Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much to my subscribers. Welcome newcomers. I hope you enjoy what you see and be part of this journey creating these beautiful pieces of art by subscribing, of course, being part of the family, hitting that bell notification for new uploads every time I do upload a new video, and make your comments, suggestions. You're more than welcome. On the description box below, there's my Instagram. You can follow me through there, communicate with me much faster through there than on here. And I want to thank every single one of you, of course, for being part of this journey with me. And please do share on your Facebook, put it public so people can get to see these beautiful pieces and grow the channel. Of course, it helps a lot and definitely helps by giving those thumbs up. It's very important. It helps to circulate the video worldwide. So you know that the more thumbs up there is, the more YouTube recognizes the video and puts it out there more often. Usually that's how it works, apparently. Okay, so a few days now I've been creating a few flowers because I've been working on a table runner surprising my mother. And so I'm making these little flowers for my table runner for her. And of course, whatever extra I have, I always like to keep it aside when I'm, doing different patterns. And if I feel like using certain flowers, then I can just go and grab it and glue it on there with hot glue. And that's about it. So here we are with this beautiful flower. And I've added a little pink pearl on the center because it's multicolored, wine-ish, like very deep red wine. So it's got the mixture of it. And I've added some little green leaves on the back. Now, with this flower, you could also, in a small thread yarn, thinner, you could also add, like these petals into it, which is gorgeous. Because I already have enough flowering and petals into that table runner. I'm just going to put this and probably make smaller than this a little bit. And just add like 2 on each side, like that. But of course, will be smaller than this. This is too big for the size of flower I have on here. And, and then continue on and add some of my flowers through there like that. We'll see. I always come up with different ideas, so probably like a bigger one coming out, from the center here. Of course, this is not long enough, so you really cannot see that well, the design. It has to be longer, so this is more or less what it would be, something like that. And then, of course, see if I have one prepared here. I don't think I have. Yes, I do actually. Okay, so I have this one here. So I'd be doing something like that on my table runner for my mom. So this is an idea for you. But the whole point of this, we're creating the flower. Now I'm going to create it because this is a multicolored burgundy with pink, and I want you to make sure that you see the stitch. So I have the same pink, as you can see, and we're going to create it with this. This is a 4-ply 100% cotton thread. This is Portuguese thread, brand Joanina, Ladybug, and hook number 3, a small one to tuck in loose ends, and of course a pair of scissors, a pearl if you want to add the pearl. And I usually, there's always 2 little holes on the side of the pearl you can stitch in and also glue. So this one I pretty much glued, but I will be sticking in afterwards the thread and tie it in the back. Okay. So we're going to get started, everyone. Thank you so much again. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you think about this flower. Thank you so much. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do the slip stitch knot. We're going to do 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to come in the first chain and slip stitch. We're going up 3 chain, and inside of this little circle we're going to do 15 more double crochet, because the first chain equals a double crochet. So we're going to have a total of 16 double crochet. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So I've done my 16 double crochet. I'm coming into the first one here on the third space where we did a chain 3 with a slip stitch, and going up chain 8. So we're going to do 8 chains, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to come right back in to the same one. So we have the 8 chains. We're going to come back into the same space with a single. So we have 1 loop. We're going to have 8 loops all the way around. We're going to do 1 chain, skip. Let's not get it mistaken, okay? Skip the first one here, which is very close to the chain we went up, the very first one. Skip that one. Come into the second space in 1 with a single, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Again, back into the same space. So we're going to create these little loops all the way around. I'm going to have 8 of them. Again, 1 chain, skip 1 space into the next space with a single, and 8 chain again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and into the same space again with a single. Okay, so we're going to do this all the way around. We're going to come into the first one with a slip stitch, and then we're going to continue from there. So I have my last loop, my 8 chains where we started the very first one. I'm going to come in with a slip stitch. No, sorry. Of course, I'm going to come in with a slip stitch, but I did my 8 chain. I have to come back on the same space. See what I mean sometimes by making that little mistake? 1 chain, and now come in with the slip stitch on the first one. So now we have 8 loops. Now, where we did our first single here with the 3 chains going up, we're going to come right underneath where the chain is and bring our thread to. So just pass your thread like that to the front so you don't get mistaken. And we're going to do a single on here like that, okay? Right on the 3 chains we went up. And then we're going to come into the first loop with a double crochet. We're going to have a total of 8 double crochets. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets. We're doing 1, 2, 3 chain for peacock. Shout out to my girl Betty. Shout out to my girl Charmaine. Sending you guys much blessings, much hugs, my dears. And then again, we're going to do 8 more double crochet on the same loop. So we're making these petals, okay? So 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 double crochet, all in the same space. We're going to repeat the same process where we have the single right underneath. So we're going to skip 1 double crochet underneath, really in reality. And we're going into the second double crochet. Turn your work a bit so you don't have a hard time, and do a single. That's going to turn your petals in like that, okay? I'm sure you'll see it better on the pink. And then come into the back loop and do your 8 double crochets. So it's simple as that, not more complicated than that. Very easy, no stress, and it makes beautiful decorations pretty much on anything you like. 5, 6, 7, 8 double crochets, 3 chain, and doing the picot. Okay, and then again, either with a slip stitch or a single, doesn't matter. Sometimes I use both. It doesn't really matter at this point on this flower. In certain patterns, it does matter because it leaves a space in between them. When you slip stitch, it doesn't. And when you do a single, it does. But in this case, it really doesn't matter which way you do it. So I have 5, 6, 7, and 8 double crochets again on the same space. Okay, we are going to come again, skip the double crochet here, and right underneath, right next to it, there's that single where we did the 8 chains. So you're going to grab right behind it and into the front, turn your work, and do your single. Come back again. Make sure you don't miss any petals because it can happen if they get all tangled up in the back. Whoops. And we're going to come in with a back petal again, a chain or loop, and do 8 double crochets again. So this is going to be like this all the way to the end. If you need to rewind and slow down the video to see how it's done, then by all means, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and 3, and then coming in. Now, like I said, you can do a slip stitch or you can do a single. It doesn't make a difference on these petals, okay? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 double crochet. Okay, so one more time. So you're not going to do it here where we have the single on of this petal, right? You're going to skip 1, and where we have the single, if you see the single right there, right underneath where we put the 2 singles to make that loop, that's the double crochet that you're going to grab. So you're skipping 1 and going into the second one. Again, turn your work, your flower, and come in with 8 double crochets again, and then 3 chain to do your picot. Okay, so continue yours, I'll continue mine. This is what it's starting to look like. Isn't that beautiful? And I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I'm on my last petal, which is petal number 8. I finished doing my 8 double crochet, and exactly where we came to close in the single on that double crochet, I'm going to do a single. Okay, now I need to pass this thread to the back, so give it a nice stretch. Turn your flower to the back and come right into center here where we have the singles of space, and bring the thread to the back. Okay, and I'll just give it a nice little stretch, not too much, but just enough. Okay, we're going to come in between the petals, okay, right in between it, right in the center, and we're going to do a single crochet there. Okay, we're going to start off to build loops again for the green leaves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain. Come into the next petal right in the center. Okay, and we have that space there free, which is the stitch that we skipped, and we're going to do a single again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 into the middle next one, and right where we skipped the space, we're going to close it in with a single. So right on the center of the middle of your paddle. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and again the same thing. Just come in right in the center and close it with a single. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and again into the center and single, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again in the middle of the next paddle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain, and into the center again here. Okay, so we have one more, I believe, or two more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the center of the middle paddle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we give that a nice stretch at the beginning with that thread, right? So we're going to go where we did the single with a slip stitch. Okay, so we're supposed to have 8 petals. We're going to cut our thread, yarn, whatever you're using. This is 100% cotton thread, so just in case I forgot to mention, I think I did mention, but you never know. So just come in through the loops here where your loops are, because then we're going to cover it with the green. And I'm going to make just a little knot here just to make sure that nothing comes apart. Cut the excess off. Now you're going to have these little loops in the back, as you see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, into the lime green, slip stitch knot. I think this was one of the easiest, fastest flowers to create. So we're going to work on inside of these little loops. Make sure you turn your flower to the front. Grab any loop, it doesn't matter. We're going to do a single. Try to hide my thread at the same time in between stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Come back in with a single, and now 7 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come back in, single, and 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want your green to be longer, you can make your chain a little bit longer. Let's say 7 instead of 5, and then 9 in the middle. I think I'm just keeping it this way. So next loop. So just go over, single, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain, single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chain, same space. Keep forgetting to mention that they're all in the same space. Single, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain in the same space. Another single. So you're going to have two chains of 5 and one of 7, the center one, in the same space. And then again the same thing. Next space, next loop I should say. Single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come in the same space and single. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain, same space, and a single. You're going to do that all the way around, all the way to the end, and I'll meet you at the end. Coming to the end on the last loop, doing my 5 chain, I'm going to come into the first one that I started, and I'm going to do another single and a slip stitch right through the first single we started, the green. Cut the thread and pass it through it in the back. Can give it a few knots here and there just to make sure that nothing comes apart. I'm going to warm up my hot gun glue to glue my pearl. Should be good enough. Of course, you need to stretch it out because it looks all handicapped, poor thing. How pretty that looks. Okay, I have to make a choice on my pearl if I'm going to use red or green. So I have this red, as you can see, and then I have the green, and I'm indecisive. Probably going to use, I don't know, maybe one green, maybe one red, and another pink one. So I'm going to stick with the green one, I think, for now. Okay, so I have my hot gun, and I'm just going to put a bit here on the pearl. And have it now. Of course, it's not secure enough, so what you do is you put a bit on the flower, not too much because you don't want to overflow it with glue. And you press a bit just so you can hold it perfectly on there. I think we're good to go. Let it dry a bit. And of course, you have to be careful because it comes out in the back too, so you have to, don't overpress it either. But this is pretty much it. And there you have it. I want to thank every single one of you. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much, everybody, for your blessings. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everyone. Until the next time, bye-bye.